I did not have this on my bucket list for 2025, but it looks like Scott Peterson is going full bore for an appeal of his murder conviction of his wife, Laci, and their son, Connor. All right, tarot fans, you know I never do true crime, but we're going to be talking about this. Lacy Peterson was a young mother-to-be, and she disappeared on Christmas Eve in 2002 from Modesto, California. Her body was not recovered until April 14th of 2003, and her husband was having an affair, had bought a secret boat, had made secret anchors out of cement, and his girlfriend Amber Fry came to the police and said, "Hey, I'm a little bit concerned about this." He had even called Amber Fry from Lacy's memorial, or not a memorial service. It was a candlelight vigil before she was found, and told Amber Fry that he was in Paris and that there were celebrations in the background. Very, very sketchy behavior. I was working at my business full time and had very little free time myself, but this was all over the news, and it was something that I was following well into the conviction when I became pregnant with my daughter myself. So it was something that I was acutely aware of, unfortunately, and did fully believe that Scott Peterson was guilty of said crimes. Just his behavior was just too weird. So now, and I'm sorry for the long introduction. I know I take some heat for that. The LA Innocence Project has proposed a petition has filed a petition to appeal the murder conviction of Scott Peterson. He has been safely tucked away in one of the most dangerous prisons in America and California. And they are saying that a neighbor overheard some burglars that were discussing that Lacy had seen them burglaring another house. And that there's a van that caught on fire, and there was some blood evidence on that. I want to shake this down and take a look at it. It's a heavy topic, so I apologize. So we're going to have Wild and Wacky Wednesday instead of world politics, but this is going to be in the news, I think, for a little bit. I think we're going to be acutely aware of this attempt to get Scott Peterson out. Oh, by the way, if you're unfamiliar with the case, also, when the heat was on, he dyed his hair orange and was running for the border with a bunch of cash, a fake ID, apparently with the support of his parents, and claimed that his hair turned orange because he went in a hot tub. So again, just another piece of the puzzle that doesn't seem about right. Hit the like button. We're going to get into this. I'm going to bring up that card view. Oops. I do that. And we do that. And we're almost to the card view, kids. All right, kids. So let's start with the Innocence Project and their decision to take on the Peterson case, or Scott Peterson's case. What is the energy that's surrounding that? Queen of Wands. Devil, King of Cups. They absolutely think that there was information that was hidden here. The Moon card indicates that. They are very eager to attack the concealment of this information. Here in the past, they do believe that this is something that is noble and good. And under the surface, they think it was a complete injustice. Here, Six of Swords, I think they have a heavy hill to climb. Six of Swords is in reverse. So that's the energy. I don't think that they're super, super hopeful. What are the strengths and weaknesses of the appeal? This is the appeal based on this neighbor's testimony that we've never heard about before. Sorry, I'm showing my slip. What are the strengths of this? Strengths here and the weaknesses. The weaknesses. Why was this not brought forth before? Why was this not pushed to the front? And the reasons why it was not pushed to the front. So it's uncanny information after a certain amount of time. Over time, your recollections may vary. They may change. You may think that you were wearing a red sweater when in fact you were wearing a orange sweater or even a blue sweater. Sometimes our recollections will modify the information that we have to suit our purpose. Opening this up as a fresh new revelation, I don't think is really going to work in this case. This is the strength of it that it was information that was kind of shoved under the carpet. The weaknesses here is that someone along the line considered this information. It was told to someone, they considered it, and it was just kind of put to the side. It was weighed with the Temperance card. We do have weighing here. It was weighed and I believe cast out of hand. So what is the likelihood that Scott Peterson's conviction will be overturned in the next 12 months? What is the likelihood? We're going to do one card on this, guys. One card. Creepy, creepy case. Three of Swords. Do I need to say it, kids? I don't think so. I just don't think so. Does not look good. So let's see what obstacles stand in the way of the appeal succeeding. And I just threw a card across the room and I'm going to take it. It was an Ace of Swords in reverse. I think that there is a liar in the mix. So this individual, if they are coming forth with this information, with this testimony, I don't think that they're really telling the truth or that they're kind of embellishing the truth. So what hidden influences are behind this case right now? What hidden influences do we have behind the case? The Knight of Cups, Page of Swords. That is a liar again. This is someone who is potentially trying to help because it puts them in a good light, and they will tell the tale however they need to put themselves in a good light. So not looking good. Looks like we got two liar cards there. We got the Page of Swords and we got the Ace of Swords, both in reverse. So those are liar cards. So let's ask, how credible is the neighbor's account? How credible is the neighbor's account? Hermit, Eight of Pentacles, King of Wands. I don't think it's very credible, guys. That doesn't look very credible. So let's see. Were there any burglars? Let's start with that question. Were there any burglars? Did we see any burglars? Were there burglars in the neighborhood? Did this individual see said burglars? Chariot in reverse, World in reverse. They saw somebody out there that they assumed were burglars, and they're weaving together this story. And I feel bad. I'm sorry that I'm saying that someone is a liar, but I think they did see some people out there. It's kind of a Mrs. Kravitz situation. What are they doing out there? So did these burglars or people that were seen, let's just say these people that were seen, did they play a role in Laci's disappearance? Did they play any role in Laci's disappearance? Two of Cups. Three of Cups. Five of Cups. So I think they did see her, but I think it was on friendly terms. And I think that some pleasantries were exchanged. And I think this is what the neighbors saw, that there was some kind of conversation and they're kind of weaving another story into it, that it was something other than what it really was, not using their highest mind, being very suspicious about the actions, being very this is a very dangerous situation. She's pregnant. She shouldn't be talking to them. But I do think that the conversations were more of pleasantries if she was actually seen talking to these two individuals. Let's see what Scott Peterson's current emotional and psychological state is now in light of this appeal. How does Scott Peterson feel about all this? Ace of Pentacles, he is thinking he could get out through this crazy story. King of Wands, he is out of gas. Nine of Pentacles, that's somebody in jail. Six of Wands, he doesn't think that it's going to work. He's hopeful that it's going to work, but in his mind, this manifesting mind, he does not think that it's going to work. He is thinking it is an incredible opportunity for work, but he's going to present with them. He is going to present part of this fantastical tale. So I don't think he believes that he's going to be exonerated. What truth about Scott Peterson is not known to the public? What truth? What do we not know about him? Five of Swords. What do we not know about him? He was combative. He was self-involved. And that he was regretful of the situation that he put himself in, being married and having a child, and wanted to undo it all. Some things are not irrevocable. And he wanted to undo it all. And didn't want to be a cad. Did not want to be a cad. So what would Lacy Peterson want us to know about her case? What would she want the world to know about her case? And this is the reason I wanted to use this nice, gentle deck. So I do think, and I don't know if this is a record, but I do think that there were some financial issues. I know they had a restaurant. They bought their college hangout, and the company had to fold. The restaurant had to fold. So I do know that there was some issue there. Did that financially devastate them? I don't know, but I think that she was buoyant and had a can-do kind of survivor attitude toward it. I think they were just moving on and being regular, ordinary people. Whereas I think Scott had more of an idea of being this gregarious, glad-hander kind of, restaurateur, where he was going to be, kind of a local celebrity. I think he was looking more for that local fun guy that everybody wanted to be around. I think Lacy very much loved her life, loved what she was doing. I think there was some emotional upset, though, because of the financial instability or challenges. I think that the lack of looking into the future, the lack of kind of not problem solving out of the loss of the restaurant and going to work for someone else. I think Scott Peterson did not like working for anyone else. I think that was something he did not want to do. He's a fertilizer salesman, which is unique position to be in. But I think underneath it all, she was willing to work to make it work. Um, but here, that Page of Swords, that she wasn't entirely happy. And the Page of Swords tells us that she was undone. She was undone by the Emperor. This is the Emperor's story here. Just like we tell the Fool's Tale in the Major Arcana, we go from the Emperor to the Page of Swords. Here he is in control of what he needs to be, loses control. Despite all of the good and happy and the love in the house, he decided to go this route and bring it all to ruin. Very, very sad. Very sad. Is justice for Laci currently aligned with overturning or upholding the conviction? Does that give justice to Laci? No. Don't need to read on that any further. So let's do the energy around Laci's disappearance. We'll just do 3 cards for this. Little speed round for you guys. Energy around it. Not looking. I don't know if he actually planned this. I think there was a plan, but not the timing set. I don't think he had the timing set. And I think it was, well, I got to do it now. I got to rush to it and then cover it up. I think that was it. Oh, really awful. Energy around the appeal. Let's look at the energy around the appeal. What we got from that? Knight of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, mercy, mercy, mercy. They are begging for mercy on him. They don't have a lot of evidence. It does not look good for the future. This is not a lot of evidence. This is just begging for mercy, asking for mercy. Please look at what we have and give him mercy. And then this is no hope for the future. Outcome for Scott Peterson. Last spread. I don't want to say I hope you guys enjoyed this, but I hope you found it informative. Outcome for Scott Peterson. Outcome for Scott Peterson. Outcome for Scott Peterson. 1 card. 10 of Pentacles. So some of you may say that the 10 of Pentacles is a positive card, but the 10 of Pentacles is unmoving, secured storyline. So I think he is going to stay where he is, and I don't think that that is going to change. 10 of Pentacles really is an immovable quality of card. So I think we're really just going to see him stay put where he is. So let me know what you guys think. Those of you that followed the case, those of you that didn't follow the case, let me know what you think about this and what you think about the LA Innocence Project jumping in and getting involved in this. Like I said, the event, the murder took place in Modesto, California, which was a little bit further up north. But the LA Innocence Project is trying to bust Scott Peterson out of there. So let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, if you'd like to get your own magical reading, hopefully not having to do something with true crime, you can book down below. I still have some sales available for the rest of the month. Also, my digital academy, I have a lot of mini courses that are up and running and bundles that are specially priced just for you guys. So if you want to learn to read tarot like me, you can come on over to my digital academy and get some know-how at a sale and discounted price right now. So hope to see you guys either on my schedule or in my academy. See you for now.